The deadly flooding in Kerrville, Texas, is putting fresh pressure on the agency responsible for weather warnings. This week, the Senate held a confirmation hearing for President Trump's pick to lead the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, Neil Jacobs. The hearing opened with sharp questions from lawmakers about how he would run the agency that manages the National Weather Service, the nation's primary source of forecasts and data. And there's no one better to speak to about this than CBS News national climate correspondent David Schechter. He is here with more. David, good to see you, my friend. So while Jacobs was not asked to weigh in on what may or may not have contributed to the disaster in Texas, he was asked about the drastic budget and staffing cuts the agency is facing. What did he say when pressed by lawmakers on that?
Hey, Tom. Well, those vacancies, of course, were created through firings and buyouts, 27% cut at NOAA. Jacobs said it's his top priority to fill jobs at NOAA. But at the same time, he also stood by the administration's cuts that created the shortfalls in the first place. So got two conflicting messages there. He also was asked about those cuts and how they might affect weather readiness at the National Weather Service run by NOAA. And he said essentially that operations would continue by shifting work away from research and into field operations. That didn't sit well with some Democratic senators who say the cuts will undermine good forecasting.
You know, this is such a critical time, David. In the middle of hurricane season, these cuts to weather and climate research can have lasting impacts. So walk us through those and some of the committee's biggest concerns here.
Yeah, well, the lawmakers, Tom, they voiced concerns about the long-term risks of slashing NOAA's science budget, especially, as you mentioned, with hurricanes or extreme climate change driving extreme flood events and other things that we're seeing in Texas right now. Jacobs did have some ideas about how to make things better, like upgrading NOAA's weather radio technology. We've heard a lot about NOAA weather radios recently. He also talked about expanding the use of satellite-based alert systems. He also floated an idea of post-disaster reviews, similar to what the NTSB does after a plane crash, to assess whether people received and understood weather warnings. So he does have a lot of new energy, some new ideas there.
So, you know, I guess the big question here, David, is what does the future of NOAA look like?
I think Jacobs envisions a leaner, more tech-forward NOAA, a greater emphasis on public-private partnerships. He has worked in the public and private sector. But critics of the Trump administration say the weather forecasting capacity and the nation's leadership on climate science will be jeopardized, and the nation's ability to understand and respond to future disasters will also suffer because of all the cuts and the anti-science approach that the Trump administration has taken, particularly with NOAA.
Yeah, we're going to be watching this situation unfolding very closely. David Schechter, always appreciate having you on. Good to see you.